Hey toy fans, Aaron here, and I'm back again with my daughter,
Emma, and today we will be reviewing the Rey of Jakku figure.
So let's head to that table and check her out. And as always, first up, we'll look at the packaging real quick. It's the same as you get with the rest of the line, that orange and purple look, very nice looking. Plastic bubble around the entire cardboard backing, and that cardboard back is, while it's smaller in width, it's the same look that we got with Rey in her Resistance outfit. The silhouette, very much the same of Rey on the background there, BB-8 at the bottom. And along the top, you get the two bubbles showing you the action features of this figure, which has her swinging her bow staff a little bit. Down in front, you got the nice Star Wars Forces of Destiny logo and some great artwork of Rey in her Jakku outfit. And this is one of two releases of Rey. Of course, we've already reviewed Rey in Resistance outfit with BB-8. This is just the single release. Different outfit, of course, and she's priced at $19.99.
I think it would make a little more sense that BB-8 came with Rey of Jakku instead of Rey in the Resistance outfit, because BB-8 never came with Rey to see Luke, and BB-8 was with Rey on Jakku.
That's an interesting point to make. Good observance there, sweetie. But I guess in our case, we ended up with them anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flipping over to the backside, much of the same continues. Fantastic artwork again of Rey in Jakku outfit. And you get a look at a couple other figures available in the line. And taking a look at Rey out of the packaging, again, overall, I think this is a very nice looking figure. She looks great in her Jakku outfit. I think it's a great mix of cloth and that molded plastic to create her outfit. Looking in on the head sculpt, this is the exact same head sculpting and painting that we received on the Rey Resistance figure, which makes sense. I mean, it's same person, same hairdo. Only makes sense that everything else looks the same about her. The paint application here looks pretty good though, and I think this is going to vary figure by figure, but on her face, her right eye, seems like it's slid over a little onto her nose a bit than the other eye. Pretty minor looking. I've had to stare at this for a little bit just to start to notice that. Now, I think last time you mentioned that you thought her little side hair pieces were a little long. Do you still think that?
Yeah, it looks the same.
Okay. So a smidge shorter for you would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down through the waist area and the arms, the fabric on her forearms looks really nice. I like the print design on it, or however that's created. But I think that looks really good. The tabards for me of her cloth it's two things. I mean, it's not sitting the best for me right now. But of course, it's still a little fresh out of the package and hasn't really settled yet. But currently, everything is still tied around. There's this clear plastic band around her waist, kind of holding things into place. I've decided not to undo that yet. I don't know if that would make things fall apart or not. So I've left it in place, but that also might be kind of hindering it from laying the way it should. Otherwise, the molding of her tunic underneath looks pretty good. You can definitely see some of the fabric design imprinted in that. I don't know if it's showing up on camera here, but along the shoulder area where it goes from the arm to her chest section, little bit of a color variance there. Not that much. Just a little more peach color in that white area on her shoulder area than the rest of the outfit. Below her waist, the bottom half of that tunic is a softer plastic. It's just clipped around her waist. Her utility belt with her pouch on the side, great design to it. You can see some of that leather distressed look throughout the belt. Pouch looks fantastic. Pretty good detailing to it. Doesn't sit so great on the side of her waist. Again, probably more due to the way it was packaged. This was along the front, so the belt is kind of worn at the moment to be placed in that position instead of off to the side. But it has started to soften up a bit and sit a little better since I opened it up. And waist down, as you expect, pants look great. Again, that's all molded plastic through there. You do have some great design, though, imprinted into the plastic of the material. The painting between her pants and her where her skin is showing, though, looks pretty good there. Paint job's relatively nice and tight. And she is wearing the exact same boots that she had on the Rey Resistance figure. And those two are removable if one desires to do that for playability factor. But as I've mentioned before, I do like the fact that they make them removable. I think it adds a nice touch to the dimension of the figure. Rey does come with two accessories. Starting first, she comes with this backpack. Nice detailing to it. Straps look really good. Not really excessive paint jobs through here, but you got stuff on the side of the backpack in this little molded pouch. None of it slides out. Do have a little bit of paint detailing here, some silver and some looks like gold for whatever these canisters would be. This silver canister here on the side and a little thing here at the bottom. Again, none of those come out, but one can pull this little tab up here, flip it open, and you do have a little slot to slide something in, and you mentioned something could go in there.
I think maybe the gun from the Rey Resistance could go in there.
So to be like the movie when she got it from Han in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And let's see if it fits. I do have the gun from the Rey Resistance outfit. And we're going to slide it in. Nope. Doesn't fit. I don't know that it's going to show up on here. I can't really catch the light in there, but there's kind of two long pieces of plastic sitting up above the bottom. So this just doesn't go all the way in. Otherwise, it might have, and that's a pretty good thought, though. But, you know, you could sit it like that, I suppose, and not close it. Now, to get this backpack on her, you would think that these pull out because it looks like it's kind of loose, but I've been pulling and instead just kind of stretched that plastic out a bit. So I do not think these are meant to be pulled out to wrap around, but instead just slide her arms back behind her and then just slide her arms into it just like, well, if you were putting on a backpack. That does sit very nicely along her back, around her shoulders. Got this little shoulder piece here. Again, that sits pretty nicely over her shoulder too. And the final accessory that she comes with is, of course, her staff. Really nice looking, great detailing along the entire thing. A little bit of white painting here for these straps of cloth. And this brown strap just clips onto the side. Nice solid piece of plastic, really. Now there are these little hooks on the side of it, though, that are meant for her hands to hold, I believe. And as with the other figures, she does have the action figures where you squeeze her legs together and something happens up top. It's supposed to swing that staff around, and in this case, barely getting any movement here. What do you think?
I can kind of see what it's supposed to do, but it's not working that well.
To kind of force it a little bit, I'll twist her at the waist. She kind of swings down a bit as she goes. So not much happening there. This feature for me just really isn't working too well, and on most of the figures, really. And then just to show that if you don't want to have her hands in these little attachments here on the side, she does hold it fantastically, looks great. Her hands fit nicely around the staff itself. So really no problems holding it. Gives her a great look as well. And of course with that strap on her staff, it does fit nicely around her shoulders, allowing her to place it on her back as we saw in the movie. Alright, and getting into the articulation of Rey. Everything is expected. That head does swivel around. Again, I think any movement up and down is just that looseness in the plastic. I don't think the intention is there, but good swiveling. Both arms do come up. And in this case, since that action feature is at the waist, both arms do come up. And each of them can swivel around, so you're able to pose each of those as needed. At the elbow area, you get a pretty good bend there. Good bend backwards. And both wrists do swivel around and have side-to-side articulation. Great range of motion throughout there. And here's her left wrist, just to show that off. At the waist area, as I mentioned, that articulation is saved for the movement in the figure, so you're not posing her at the waist. As for the legs, though, no splits. You're not able to open them up side to side. But you do get a pretty good bend forward on the figure and a smidge back. At the knee area, it's a single joint. Just get a decent bend there. I'd have liked maybe just a little bit more range of motion to get that leg down, but it's not horrible. And also at that knee joint, the leg does swivel around. And of course, as with the other figures here too, no articulation at the feet. No ankle movement. Alright, so overall, solid looking figure. I think it really looks great. Still disappointed that the action feature doesn't work so well. How about you? What are your final thoughts on this figure? Does it look cool? Does it look like one that you'd want to have too? Or
I think it looks really cool, and I like how it came with the backpack and the staffs, and you can also put a couple things in the backpack if they're small enough.
Alright, that wraps up this review of Rey with her Jakku outfit from Forces of Destiny. We only got 2 more to go. We got Jyn Erso to look at, and then also Leia with Wicked. So, a couple more, and then not too much longer we'll be on to the Last Jedi toys. But anyways,
Leave your comment in the comment section. Thanks for watching.
thanks for watching.